of his calf, but it's not torn. So obviously, it's something about, I would assume, about the way Manny punches, but this is the second fight that he's hurt his leg, because it didn't happen certainly in the Provodnikov fight or in the Marquez fight. What did you say? What?
Obviously tonight was quite
He said tonight was an evenly matched fight, and he wants you to talk about the comparison between now and May 3rd.
Oh, okay, good. As the victim of Postegate here at the brilliant MGM, they're now welcome to the event on May 3rd, a 15-to-1 fight, an appearance fight, which they can sell any way they want. But for me, I come from an era where people paid money to see competitive fights like the one we saw tonight. And as I said, I'm so proud of Manny and Tim. They did themselves proud, they did the sport proud, and I'm very proud of all the young men on the undercard. These were competitive fights. You don't have to have big names in 25-to-1 fights like we have on one of the fights on the May 3rd undercard. You know, a guy who is facing somebody who hasn't fought in 2 years. And that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. And really, a lot of times the public, with all the hype and so forth, isn't aware of that stuff. And you journalists have an obligation to point it out. And if I do it, you also have an obligation to point it out. I'm not immune.
Will you try to seize upon that outrage that may be out there and push hard instead of going to the Marquez Alvarado route, push for Manny to get Floyd next?
Would I what? Would I what?
Will you push hard, given that there may be more outrage over who Floyd is fighting next, for a Pacquiao maybe?
Well, whoever Manny is going to fight, one thing you're going to be able to say is that it's competitive. And we all have different views on boxing as to what's competitive and what's not. So I would suggest that you check with the race and sport books, and if the odds are close, then it's competitive, he's going in, and if the odds are very wide, then it probably is not competitive. Excuse me?
Bad for boxing because it's so one-sided.
Boxing survives anything, everything. And the Mayweather fight, I don't think is bad for boxing. It's bad for the public, who is going to be talked to about spending good money to see nonsense. And it's bad for a property like MGM, which continues to peddle non-competitive matches. That's who it's bad for. As far as boxing is concerned, it will survive. HBO, by and large, only puts on competitive fights. I can't speak for the other guys. Yeah, the Provodnikov-Algieri fight is competitive. No, it's not competitive. Why? Because you say so? Algieri has lost the fight. Now, if you disagree and you feel that it's not competitive, by all means write it. You have that obligation to write it. I'm a co-promoter of that fight. Write it. I believe it's competitive. I believe it'll be a good, interesting fight. But who am I? If you feel otherwise, by all means write it. But at the same time, write it about Mayweather. Don't not write it because he'll deny you access. That's what I gotta say, Kevin, because I ain't denying anybody access. I love access.
Bob.
I can't.
Bob, in the
in the first fight with Pacquiao and Bradley, it wasn't the most exciting fight, but
Correct.
this time around, were you surprised it was such a firefight right in the beginning?
Because a lot of things in life are luck. And the Bradley that fought Pacquiao the first time is not the Bradley who fought him tonight. This was a Bradley who was very, very confident, had two tough outings with Provodnikov and Marquez, and had a lot more confidence in himself. And he realized something. The bulb went off in his head. Yeah, I could go in a ring, stink it out, and try to win a decision, that's good. But if I go into the ring and I give the fight, the fans entertaining fight, then win or lose, my value goes up. And that's true. The value of Timothy Bradley tonight, even though he lost, did not go down. It went up. Everybody who follows boxing is going to want to see Tim Bradley's next fight.
Wow.
Who?
Right here.
The guy's in his dressing room. I haven't talked to him yet. Well, I mean, come on, Lance.
Bob, you said Tim Bradley's value went up. Okay, what is next? What might be next for him? What might be next for Pacquiao?
Look. I always regard those questions as being somewhat unfair. Guys have just had a fight. Unless we're doing a tune-up fight and going to another fight. I haven't discussed it with either side. I mean, and to throw out names just is wrong. I think what we're looking at, as Manny is concerned, is the winner of Marquez Alvarado. Because that's been talked about and so forth. But I haven't talked to Tim about when he's going to fight again and who he's going to fight. Well, because I take the position that if it's none of my business, don't say anything. But they made it my business by forcing the MGM to put up cockamamie posters and signs all over this property in conjunction with me doing a major fight. So it became my business. When he fought Guerrero, what the hell was I to say anything? But they made it my business, and it is my business. I mean, I'm 82, but I've always had one mantra: don't screw with me.
So Bob, just over here, continuing the line there from Yahoo Sports, from the Daily Telegraph here, what we're really asking you is, shouldn't you be going, I don't want to beat a broken egg here, excuse me, I don't want to beat a broken egg here, but shouldn't you be doing everything now after that Manny performance to go after the Floyd Mayweather fight? You should be campaigning, surely.
The only people that can make Floyd Mayweather fight Manny is the public if they boycott the nonsense on May 3rd. That's when the fight will happen, without any preconditions on any side. That's what the public should do. If you want that fight, tell your readers not to buy it on pay-per-view and not to buy tickets for it.
You're a man who's always had many strategies though. That's one. What are the others?
There is no other. There is no. We are prepared tomorrow. Oh, he has a fight, a so-called fight. We are prepared to sit down at a table with his people any time to work out the conditions for the fight.
Thank you very much.
I know you've been critical of Marcos Maidana as Floyd Mayweather's next opponent, but isn't he a similar opponent to Brandon Rios, who fought Manny Pacquiao on pay-per-view last November?
No, I think Brandon Rios, you understand, it's horses for courses. Manny Pacquiao coming off a devastating knockout loss, fights Brandon Rios. He's not in his words, the all-time greatest fighter that ever lived who's never lost. So Rios was a decent opponent, and It was an opponent appropriate for Manny Pacquiao, who had just been knocked on his ass, and we thought that he had suffered a serious injury. So you have to be realistic about it. If Floyd Mayweather had got knocked out by Canelo, which of course couldn't happen, then I would say the same thing, that, okay, he's entitled to fight a Madonna. And besides, if you look, don't judge, you can judge yourself whether a fight is competitive or not competitive. Check first with the racing sportsman. A lot of people bet on Brandon Rios because they felt that Manny was finished.
Bob, to your left. Well, I don't disagree with you on the Mayweather-Maidana fight. What's the alternative, though? Would Amir Khan have been a better opponent?
The alternative is it's clear. Mayweather should say, look, I want a tune-up fight in May, and I'm going to sit down before the May fight and sign a contract to fight Manny Pacquiao on the floor. Then everybody would say, okay, so he's taking a tune-up fight. Let's see what he had, because he's going to fight Manny Pacquiao. That's an alternative. That's been done before.
Bob, how long would you wait with Manny before signing a deal with the Marquez Alvarado winner?
Well, I certainly can't
wait a couple weeks after that?
It certainly would have to be after May 17th.
I know, but how much longer?
That's plenty, that's a lot of time. Well, if they told me they'll sit down and have a serious meeting, then I would delay it whenever, you know. If I don't hear from them and there's no meeting, then maybe I'll do it the next day. I understand from Lee Samuels, who's reported it up to us, that he has a sprained calf, a sprained right calf, not as originally thought, a torn right calf. A little bit less than $8 million, and the attendance is here someplace. 15,601. There were a few hundred unsold tickets, otherwise everything was sold.
Over here, Bob. Bob, does this close the book for you, Pacquiao and Bradley? Do you see any need to see these two guys fight again? It is officially 1-1.
Chris, one thing I've learned is if you go back real quick with a rematch, even if it was controversial, which this wasn't, the public doesn't want that. In other words, you have to hope for a big story down the line. We had a big story here because after Manny and Bradley fought, Manny got knocked on his ass by Marquez, and Bradley had two great victories over Vodnikov and Marquez. So that really opened the door to a rematch that had a lot of intrigue to it, because in effect they were two different fighters from the fighters who originally fought. I mean, so, you know, how do you sell it now? And you look, you know, at the record, my record in history. Sometimes rematches take place 5 or 6 years after the fight. Now I remember I did the Duran-Leonard fight from Montreal, and Leonard people wanted an immediate rematch with Duran, so they got Duran to fight before he was ready. The fight did virtually no business compared certainly to the first fight, and Duran wasn't prepared, and that led to the no mas. Right? So sometimes, as much as one side or the other would like a rematch, it's not propitious to do it.
Hello, my name is Ken Seshabi. Pretty bad cut at the end of the last round there. And, he's going to be well. So, do you have any questions?
Hey, Freddie.
rate Manny's performance, and especially rated against that run he was on in 08 and 09 when he beat, Cotto and Oscar and, Ricky Hatton and all those great guys. It seems like maybe he's still boxing good, but he doesn't have the pop on his punches that he had at that point.
Yeah, well, we fought a bigger, stronger guy, of course, and I thought Manny did pretty well. We didn't expect Bradley to come with that type of style, so it was kind of threw us a little bit because we thought he was in boxes, so we didn't think he was going to come looking for the home run all night long, and he had some success with that. He landed overhand right in the 4th round. He hurt Manny, but then he was swinging so hard with those big shots. By the 6th round, he was starting to get tired, and I thought from the 6th on, Manny just dominated the fight. Well, I kept telling him to do that, but the thing is, it didn't work that well. The thing is, he got caught in the pocket a couple times. He stayed in front of Bradley a little bit too much for what I saw. But he was just trying to beat Bradley down the middle a little bit because Bradley was swinging with those big overhand shots and those big wide shots, and he was trying to beat him down the middle with them. And he had some success with it, but overall, it was looking like Bradley was landing the bigger shots. I thought he had the killer instinct. He opened up on him when he had him on the ropes. He opened up pretty well, and he just didn't seem like he had that power that he usually has, because he was a little bit slower than I've seen in the past, and I don't know why, because in the dressing room warming up, he was on fire, and then we got out in the fight. It wasn't quite as much, but I think Bradley might have had something to do with that.
Freddie, over here. There were a couple of times in the fight when Manny clearly had Timothy Bradley hurt. Do you think, and maybe it was a good thing in some ways, he learned from the Marquez defeat, and he worked out that counter right hook could be avoided, and actually fought a very, very disciplined fight tonight?
Well, he fought disciplined, but the thing is, I think he did hurt him, and he did open up on him, and then he pulled out at the right moment, I felt, to get away from those big shots. But Bradley was, he was really going for the fences all night long, and he did tire pretty quickly, I thought, and that's what made him start dominating the fight.
Did you see those power shots from Bradley, that he was kind of looking for that just kind of snap KO, that's why he was throwing them?
Yeah, the thing is, it looked like he was like Marquez hit me with a big overhand right, and that's what he was really trying to land all night long. And he did hit him in the 4th round with a big shot, and he did hurt him a little bit.
Freddie right here. One of the bigger storylines leading into this fight was that Manny had shown too much compassion to his opponents, and you felt that he showed a little bit even in the last fight with Rios. How fired up, or how much compassion do you think he showed in this fight, if any compassion?
I don't think he had any compassion. I think he tried his best to stop him. He was throwing combinations. I mean, sometimes I want him going in and out, and he stayed in the pocket a little bit too long because he wanted to fight a little bit too much. And I told him, I said, all you do is outbox this guy. I said, box him in and out all night long. But Manny wanted to stay in the box and fight. He wanted to fight him a little bit, so he showed a little bit hard, and I thought.
Right here. How much of Manny's standing and fighting do you think was a function of him not thinking that Tim could really hurt him? And how much do you think of it was that? Was there any discussion about that?
Well, I think in the beginning that happened for a while until the 4th round when he did hurt him, and from that point on, Manny was a little more careful, I thought.
So he did hurt Manny, and how hurt was he?
Oh, he definitely hurt Manny in the 4th round, and I think he hurt him with the big overhand right, and then he hit him a couple more shots, and Manny shook a little bit, but he definitely got hurt in the 4th round, yes.
Freddie, if you had your brothers, who would you want Manny to face next?
Well, you know, Marquez is a big fight for us. If Marquez wins his next fight, I like that fight because we owe him one, I feel, and I would like to get that back, you know. But you know, if Mayweather's interested at all, I'm sure we'd like to fight him too.
Now, going to the fight itself, were you satisfied that the game plan was played out the way you honed Manny for the fight?
No, the game plan didn't go quite as well as I thought because Bradley didn't fight the type of fight that we thought he was going to fight. I mean, we didn't think he was going to be that aggressive. We didn't think he was going to be trying to knock Manny out with one punch all night long. And you know, for 6 rounds he was pretty dangerous, but then after 6, Manny dominated the fight, I felt. But I think Bradley wore himself out a little bit, got a little tired. It's going to be quite a few because it's not really a straight cut, it's really jagged, so it's more like a tear, and the plastic surgeon's probably going to have to trim that up a little bit, and it's a nasty cut.
Oh, I just sit down. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, wow. First of all, I want to thank God for just allowing me to be here, man, and get out of the ring safely. Man, I want to thank my team. Did a wonderful job with me through my training camp, and my wife and my family and everybody that helped me and allowed me to be able to train. I want to thank all the media, everybody that got behind me. I want to thank all the fans here. I want to thank Top Rank, man. I want to thank Pacquiao, his whole camp, man. They did a tremendous job during training camp to get prepared for me. I have no excuses tonight. Pacquiao was a better man tonight. He showed what he's made of. The dude still has it. The reason why I love Pacquiao so much is he never ducks an opponent. He always willing to face the best, and he faced one of the best tonight, and he came out on top. So Manny Pacquiao is a true champion, unbelievable fighter, and I have much respect for him and his team. That's pretty much it. HBO, I'd like to thank HBO, MGM Grand Hotel, I accept defeat like a man. I lost tonight, but the war is not over. I'm gonna go back to the gym, get better. It just means I need more work, and I will become champion again. I promise you that. I will be champion again. So I hope everybody was entertained tonight, man. I fought a courageous fight against Manny Pacquiao, man. I did my very best. So thank you all for coming out, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
Questions. Tim really has an leg, so you want to get him off the leg.
No excuses. No, I'm good. No excuses. I'm good.
Tim,
yeah, thank you.
Right in front of you. You were winging those punches. You know, everybody thought maybe you would box like you did against Marquez. Why did you opt for the strategy of firing those big shots?
That was the only way I was gonna win the fight, man. I knew that. Speed for speed. I knew the rounds would be close. Pacquiao's very experienced. He knows how to land punches, and if I don't knock this guy out, I didn't think I was going to win a close round. So I was just going for the knockout like I told everybody I was going to go for, man. And he said I hurt him in the 4th round, man, and with a big shot over the top. Try to finish up, but man, he's, like I said, he's real experienced in the ring.
When he bounced back, did you notice it right away, or did you just find out later that he was hurt?
I didn't really notice it. I heard my corner screaming, "He's hurt, he's hurt!" But he's in tremendous shape, man. He recovered just like that, and he got his distance and recovered and fired right back.
And I wanted to ask you, since you've been in with him twice in the last 2 years, what is his punching power like? You know, he had that run in 08 and 09 where he was just destroying guys, and he hasn't had a knockout since. Does he still have that real sharp snap on his punches?
Yeah, he does. He still have the real sharp snap. I believe in the first fight, his punching power was way harder. I was able to take it. I mean, it was very effective tonight. He dazed me a couple of times during the fight. But I still was able to, you know, stay up on my feet. But I had no control of my balance, man, this time around.
Tim, you seemed a little winded in the second part of the fight. Were you?
I wasn't winded at all, man. I don't want to make any excuses and take anything from Pacquiao tonight. He fought a successful fight. I don't want to mention anything that happened to me. So, but I wasn't winded.
You don't want to talk about the calf at all?
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to take anything from Pacquiao tonight. You know, he fought a courageous fight. He did his best out there, and I have to accept defeat like a man.
Tim, did you feel like he did show the killer instinct tonight? I know there was times he...
Oh, he went for it. Oh, he went for the knockout. Oh, yeah. He definitely did.
And when you just said that, you know, you respect him so much because he's not a guy who ducks guys. I mean, obviously the Pacquiao fight, he could fight Marquez next, but he could also fight Mayweather. Isn't this the time for those two guys to get it on from your standpoint?
Well, of course. I mean, the boxing world wants to see that, but you know, that's their quarrel.
Tim,
I don't really want to comment too much on it.
Tim, I know you don't want to talk about the injury, how it factored into the fight, but can you just tell us when it happened? Can you just tell us when it happened? And how?
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it, man. You know, it happens, but you know, I continue on to fight my fight, and I did the best that I can tonight, and I fought a greatest fight, and I hope all the fans enjoyed it, man. It was very entertaining for me. I had a fun time, man, doing it, and you know, I don't want to talk about it. Yes, sir. Pacquiao, he used his experience tonight. He was fast, but it wasn't nothing I ain't never seen before. But you know, he would drop feints, come over the top, shoot, you know, jabs from long range, step around. When I started being aggressive, that's when he was very successful. When I stayed back, I had a lot of success using my jab and moving and counterpunching. Yeah, I was counterpunching effectively, but you know, I knew the rounds were close, and I knew I had to step to him. So I just gave it everything I had towards the end, and put myself in harm's way. But you know, this is boxing, man. I was just going, like I said, I was going to shoot for the knockout.
Hey Tim, can you talk about the difference between the first fight and the second fight in terms of satisfaction? Because you seem a lot more satisfied with your performance and how everything came out, even though you lost.
Yeah.
That you know, that you feel like your stock has actually gone up instead of taking a hit like the first fight.
Yeah. You know, like I said, I fought a courageous fight, man. I stood there, exchanged with him. We had some good exchanges. I went for the knockout. I was going for it. I was shooting for it, man. Everybody saw that, and you know, hopefully it was an entertaining fight for all the fans.
The other question I have for you is, there was a score of 118 to 110. When you heard that, did you think that was a little outrageous?
Man, you know, I'm just in there fighting, man. I don't really, you know, pay attention to that. But the ref or the judge scored the fight according to what he saw. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao.
I don't know what to call this. Good morning or good evening. Good evening, everybody. I apologize. I'm late because I have to fix my car. It's 15 inside and 17 outside, so big. So thank you so much to all of you who are here and patient. No, the Morales one, I have big cut also. This side and this side, both. Now both. Before only here. Now the left side. It's okay. Yes. Tonight the fight is good, but I'm trying to, you know, my opponent is trying to gotcha and to knock me out, and I'm trying to knock him out also. But there are a couple times that has he hit me also a good right hook and left hook, but it's okay. I managed on that punches, but all I can say this fight is I'm satisfied because you know, the Bradley that I fought last 2 years ago is different. Now he's improved a lot. He shows his toughness. We see that in his last 2 fights with Marquez and Ruslan. So, but many times, you know, many times I got him. I hit him hard, but he's still there. I wasn't surprised of his strategy. I know his style and what the problem is. I got a little bit hurt in my ankle, my legs, the cramp, but thank God I managed it until the 12 rounds. He had the problem before, but it's not really cramping, but it's light, but it's hard to move. Yes, I'm trying to finish him a couple times, you know, throwing a lot of punches, like what I said, and you know, hit our solid punches, throwing our solid punches, strong punches to him, but he managed it, you know. We cannot underestimate Bradley because it's very, very tough.
Manny, did you enjoy this fight the way it went, and if so, why? Did you enjoy the action, the toe-to-toe, even to the point of you taking a punch in the 4th round when Freddie said hurt you?
Well, I'm enjoying because my opponent is moving. He's moving in the early round, so he's coming, you know. He's coming inside and he wants to fight toe-to-toe. So what I did is, you know, create more action.
Manny, how long will it take you to sort out things and come up with a decision to fight again? How long did it take you to decide to fight again after this battle tonight?
I don't know. It depends on my promoter, Bob Aron. You know, he helped me a lot. Because of him, I become known in boxing. For a big fight in Las Vegas, so it's up to him when it's the next fight.
Because occasions such as this always bring to the fore your long-delayed meeting with Floyd Mayweather Jr. Will that thing ever happen?
That's what?
Floyd Mayweather Jr. fight.
It's really hard to talk about that. It's how many years we're talking about that, and how many years and days, months we're talking about it, but it not happened. So, you know, like what I said, the line is 24 open 24 hours, 7 days a week. If you want to fight, then the fight will be on. So, I'm very surprised because of the crowd. I feel like I'm in the Philippines. I feel like in the Philippines, so I'm really thankful to the fans, you know. I think even the Mexican, they rooted for me. But thank you so much, though. Thank you so much, all the Mexican, Latino, even the American people, they voted for me. So I feel that, and I really appreciate it.
Okay, anything else?
Where's the after party? Hey man, congratulations. Ooh, we see that's me. Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
Where's the after party?
After party.
Yeah.
Quick question, Manny.
After party.
At the Western Wall.
At the Western
Manny, here's my question to you. How do you feel? What does this fight mean to you?
Well, like what I said, it's really important, this fight for me in my career, because I have to prove that my journey in boxing will continue, and that's what I did tonight. But, you know, I'm really thankful to all the fans, to all the media and the press. Because of them, I'm here. Of course, God, He gave me the victory tonight. He gave me the fight, not in my own, but in the name of Jesus.
Manny is going back to the Philippines, and by the end of the month, God willing, he'll be a father again.
What was it that enabled you to be more vicious like you had been in the past?
No, I told my team before the fight that, you know, I'm going to be nice to my opponent after the fight. I mean, not in the fight. I will not, you know, I will grab that opportunity if he's, you know, if he give me a chance to knock him out. That's what I did, you know, when he moving his head and without defense, I throw a lot of punches because I want to finish.
How does this fight compare with your first fight with defeat Bradley?
How?
Yeah, like, did you compare this fight to your first fight with Bradley?
Oh, it's much better this fight, you know. It's big different. Like what I said, Timothy Bradley, he improved a lot. He's a nice guy. He's a tough fighter. So the credit not only me but also to him, because we gave a good fight tonight.
Hi, Manny from Mexico. Would you like another fight against Juan Manuel Marquez in the next fight?
No, he have to finish his fight first. You know, it depends on my promoter, and that's good for me, so that blank.
May 17th, you're on watch. Juan Manuel Marquez, a very difficult fight with Mike Alvarado. It's May 17th at the Forum in Los Angeles. And then I got to put a plug in.
And also, what I want to watch the fight is between Miguel Cotto and Sergio Martinez. It's gonna be a good fight. Yeah, I might come to New York to watch the fight because that's gonna be a good fight.
And maybe you'll come to Pacquiao first, because May 31st, you're a fellow Filipino, and even though there fights in Pacquiao.
Yeah, that's not a problem because very close to the Philippines, 1 hour and a half flight. So. Absolutely, yes. For me, if you ask me, I want to fight here in Vegas. You know.
Oh, righty there.
Yeah.
Oh, righty there.
I'd have to fight here. But, you know, it depends on my promoter. That's his job. My job is to fight in the ring. Yes, I can breathe now.
A big round of applause.
Once again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much to all of you, media and press, to all the fans who came here to support, to watch the fight. Love you guys. God bless you all.
One question from the Daily Telegraph in England, big fans of yours, of course.
From English.
We're going to try and make it happen for you to meet the Queen, by the way, and have tea with her at some point at Buckingham Palace. We're going to try and make that happen.
I'm going to say no questions from the English.
Okay.
Because Queen Elizabeth wouldn't have tea with them.
Well, we're going to work on Queen Elizabeth having tea with you. We're going to work on that. We're going to work on that. A final question, and a serious question this. In every other sport that we cover as journalists, the best always play against or compete against the very best. You're doing incredible things in public service and also for boxing. Is it disparaging? Does it bring boxing down that you are not able to fight the best in your sport? Because, you know, at the moment we're not seeing you fight Floyd Mayweather.
Look, we've been over this a million times. Our lines are open. If he wants a fight, sit down like a normal human being at a conference table and negotiate a friggin' deal.
Thank you, Bob. And you, Manny?
Same.
Thank you.